So my name is Amy Whitworth. I'm a landscape designer in Portland, Oregon. My business is Planet Earth Design, and I help my clients maximize the use of their space, create a connection to nature, use native plants, help with stormwater remediation by helping them create contours on their property that will allow water to infiltrate and clean the water, make for cleaner rivers and streams, encourage them to use less pesticides and chemicals in their yards. I actually started at University of Delaware for ornamental horticulture, and it felt too agribusiness for me, and so I liked the lab part, and I moved into doing drawings. So I ended up going to art school. So I did that, went to Philadelphia College of Art, which is now University of the Arts, and for 4 years, another 4 years, because nothing I had ever taken applied at all, and loved that. And then upon graduation, realized that I wasn't really trained for any kind of an actual job, that I needed to now figure out how one makes money in art. So I moved to interior plantscaping, taking care of plants in office buildings and homes on the East Coast, in New York City, and then in Philadelphia. I started my own business. The name of my business, Planet Earth Design, brings people that are looking for the natural garden. I hardly ever get anybody who isn't already thinking in that direction. That's how they find me in the first place. I never thought about the connection. These are two things that I've always loved. And so actually my, kind of senior project in college, I was knitting birch trees together. I was making sculptures of trees. It was, they were always really interrelated for me. So, but at one point I decided that, I realized that this has been the perfect path for me. That I'm really glad that I didn't just study horticulture and didn't get the art side, because now I'm working with the earth, I'm creating beauty and art outside. I considered myself a outdoor and landscape artist for a while, but I don't know, I stopped. It seemed a little, I don't know that I really feel that way about it. But for myself, it does serve, it fills that void that, and I still am a maker of things, so I love to, I was a fiber artist. I'm texturally oriented, so I like making things from natural materials. In horticulture, I think it's really I see my job as a designer to connect people more to the natural world, and I feel like we're too attached to our electronic devices, we're so disconnected, but we still feel a really strong gut pull to the natural world. We're sometimes repelled by it and attracted to it at the same time. We're fearful of what we don't understand, and yet when we're in the natural environment and we feel safe, we feel restful and we feel stress-free and we feel like we can breathe and we feel like we're home, even though we're out in the woods. So, the artistry comes with putting together, for me, native plants that look beautiful together, that enhance my clients' experience of the garden, and also provide value to wildlife at the same time. That, I think, is something that people are longing for in their gardens, in their personal experience. The need for diversity and grouping plants together, making naturalistic drifts, thinking the way nature thinks. How are plant seeds dispersed in the wild? If you threw up a pile of seeds or a bunch of sheets of paper, little bits of paper into the air, how would they fall on the ground? and planting in that natural way. That's the way that they would spread. Kind of not working against the wind, but with the wind. You know, those are things that nobody would really notice, but you kind of emotionally feel that connection that it's right when everything's moving in the same direction. The same with the placement of stones. If they go back into the ground the way they came out of the ground and have their same striations or orientation the way they came out of the ground, it's going to make more sense in the landscape, and you might not notice the difference between a boulder placed this way or a boulder placed that way, but it kind of relates to the natural strata. That's what makes it look naturalistic landscapes. That's what it's about.